Hello everyone and welcome to part 25 of my Winds of Change video guides, warning the Angchu. For largely psychological reasons, this is a quest that I have always struggled with. So as you will possibly notice, I am using a few consumables this time around. The main issue is that it takes a while to get to the quest, not terribly long, but a while I guess. And then there's a lengthy dialogue to sit through, and then does the fight start, and the fight is fairly difficult. And again, it's somewhat luck based if your team build isn't very powerful. And there's also the issue that I've had occasions where I tried this quest, and it just there wasn't anything I could do. I would design a team build to handle the issues I had last time, and different issues crop up this time. This is largely because the enemy party composition is so random. So, for example, you might one time go and struggle immensely with the enemy keystone signet mesmers. So you put ignorance in your team build, as indeed you can see on my bar I have brought on my necromancer. And next time there will not be any keystone mesmers, as indeed it happened this time, I believe. So that's a wasted skill slot you could have otherwise brought to counter a difficult enemy of another nature. To just avoid having to redo this quest a bunch of times and not really have a representative video anyway, I am using a Tengu flare and a concert. This will probably make fairly certain that you'll succeed with the quest, and less dependent on enemy party compositions. So you see the Ministry Illusionists can be keystone spamming mesmers and can cause a bunch of issues with that simply because of the interrupts and the damage and just generally being a bit troublesome. Now as you arrive here, dialogue will start, and eventually you will have to deal with these I think 9 Ministry units, and then there will be some coming from the side as well. And you'll be aided by some of the Angchu allies that are not actually summons. The main issue really is that Saw Honor Claw is not allowed to die, so if she dies you've lost the quest, and it can just happen that you get unlucky and the enemy focuses her and she just dies. And with only 4 party members there isn't that much space to put in redundant healing, because then you won't have enough damage and similar issues. So I would definitely suggest at least using a standard summoning stone. Obviously a Tengu summon is slightly overkill. And you'll also see me do something of a trick here. I have brought a Minion Master, largely because it's a very useful class to have, and there's not so much AoE here that it's not still valuable. But another thing to bear in mind is that during all this dialogue, I am still allied with the Ministry forces. Not storyline-wise, but they are considered allies gameplay-wise. I could use Ebon Escape on them, for example. And they consider my minions allies as well. Similar to the tricks I used to pull some of the NPCs to safer locations using my minions in earlier quests. Basically, the enemy healers will attempt to heal my minions at this point. If I had gotten more minions, which there isn't really much of a way to influence that, that would have caused the enemy healers to basically spend a lot of healing before the fight even begins. It's just a slight thing you can do to give yourself a bit of an edge. And there you can see, by the way, from the right, there's another group of Ministry forces attacking. However, I didn't actually have any keystone mesmers in the main enemy group, so on the one hand that's good, on the other hand I didn't actually end up needing ignorance. So, yeah. I know it's a bit overkill using a concert here, but it definitely makes the quest reliably succeed, which is what I was going for. I don't like having to repeat this quest over and over, and it is a bit troublesome, though your experience might differ. Once all the enemies are dead, it's really over. There's no no other thing you have to do, just kill all the things. Which again, you don't have to go as overkill as I did, but I would definitely suggest using at least a summoning stone to, change the difference in numbers a little bit to your favor. That really is all there is to it. I guess I wish you the best of luck as well, and bye bye.